is an incredible difference between living and merely existing. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. A longing fulfilled is the tree of life. Proverbs 13 and 12. My mom and dad were divorced when I was 10 years old. And like many children, I thought of my mother and my grandmother who helped raise us as merely caregivers instead of real people with lives and a backstory. As a result, I grew up not really knowing the background of my family on either side. It wasn't until the later years of my grandmother's and dad's lives that I discovered that we had a rich family history that pointed to who I am and to my potential. My mother, her grandmother, her mother was an aspiring actress at the age of 12 in the deep south of Mississippi. But she said that after she had my mother, she had no consideration for acting anymore. She was totally devoted to raising her children and her grandchildren. My dad and his sister were at the top of their class all throughout their scholastic career. My dad obtained his mortuary license in Mississippi and a degree in mortuary sciences. And his brother, a gifted singer and also an actor in high school, was also an all-star baseball player in the military league. However, my aunt, she got married and she worked at the phone company until her retirement. My uncle, well, he actually had an offer to work in to play in Major League Baseball. But he had a new bride and just getting out of the military, he wanted to stay close to her. He ended up working various jobs until he retired. And my dad, well, he moved to Ohio. But Ohio did not accept his mortuary license from Mississippi. He would have had to take classes that cost a lot and also pay again to get his mortuary license in Ohio. Well, with a wife and 3 little kids, he decided to get a job at the steel mill. And he remained there until his retirement. I can't say whether these lives were unfulfilled or whether my folks had any regrets. However, standing on the outside, I cannot help but see potential unrealized. I'm 50 and over now, and I finally realized at this late date that I too have a calling that has yet to be answered. It is written, I knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. I set you apart before you were born. I appointed you to be a prophet to the nations. Jeremiah 1 and 5. The history of the world has shown amazing accomplishments by the human species, some good and some not so good. Nevertheless, the architecture and the culture and the science that has been left is outstanding even by today's standards. When I examine these amazing feats and even the dreams of my own heart, I cannot reconcile a life of average. The award-winning author and poet Langston Hughes queried, what happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Or does it fester like a sore and run? Does it stink like rotten meat? Or does it crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load. Or does it just explode? I believe that there is unlimited potentials in every one of us. Therefore, I encourage you, I implore you, no, I command you to rise up from mere existence and live.